The Outdoor Show. It's the program that puts you into the peaceful and beautiful home of Mother Nature. It moves you back to that calm fishing pond up north, one step away from Lake Michigan, or into your hunting blind on a brisk fall morning. The Outdoor Show. It's a peaceful program. This is not your mother's outdoor show. This is the WHTC Outdoor Show, hosted by a guy who literally has hunting in his name. Tom Middendorp is Dutch for Village in the Maiden, or King's Hunting Ground. Your co-host, sometimes, is Tim Becker of Powderhorn Guns and Archery. It's time for what really happens when the guys go up north on that hunting trip. It's time for the WHTC Outdoor Show, presented by My Firearms ETS. That's MI Firearms ETS on 1450 WHTC, Holland's news leader.
Good morning. Welcome to the Outdoor Show. I'm Tom Middendorp. My sometimes co-host, Captain Tim Becker from Powderhorn Guns and Archery, is here today, but not really, because we're recorded. So hold your calls till we're back live, because we're enjoying a little bit of time on the water, fishing, and all that other stuff. Right, Tim?
You got it. So we're recorded today. What are you doing today?
That's kind of a funny question.
Yeah.
What am I doing today?
What are you doing as we're on the air right now?
While it's on the air.
Because I think I got a better day than you.
While it's on, while this show is on the air.
Yeah.
While this show is on the air.
That would be.
I'll be fishing.
It's on 7 to 8. He's going to be sleeping. He says he wakes up at 4 in the morning.
I do.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're here with Terry Borman from the Farmers Co-op Elevator. Farmers Co-op in Hudsonville.
Yes.
And Terry's not here either for real.
No.
Because it's recorded.
That's right.
But Terry's over at the agronomy station.
Correct. In our at our Vriesland facility.
Which is
64th Street.
64th and Byron Road.
Yep.
The agronomy is right behind the country store.
Correct.
Where the gas station is.
Correct.
And the food.
The food,
And
the pigs.
The pig in the blankets. Excellent. Yeah.
It's a Seisenbrotchen.
Yeah. So, I guess if you look at it this way, you can't see Tom and I today, but get down and see Terry.
Yes.
Come and take a look at these food plots.
Yeah, because we're not going to tell you where we're fishing.
Yeah. I'm going to be in Chicago on an anniversary.
Wow.
Oh, that's right. You're not even going to be fishing.
No.
Yeah, who's going to be sleeping from 7 to 8?
Well,
you're celebrating your anniversary.
No, I'll tell you what, this will be pretty much first time in 4.5 years that her and I have been able to really just kind of go away.
Nice.
Since we had kids. This is our 6-year anniversary.
Good.
I love
it. You haven't done anything since you had kids?
I mean, we a little bit, but the kids are going to be at my in-laws, at my mother-in-law's.
Mm-hmm.
And Emily and I are going to be in Chicago just having fun and
it's just the two of you.
Just the two of us.
Got all your restaurants picked out?
We do. And I can't think of the one we're going to go to on our actual anniversary day. We were just talking about it, but I guess they're known for their steaks and their meat, and that's what this guy is, meat and potatoes.
Warm up the credit card.
You
Here
bet.
we come.
Yeah, that's all right. It's worth it. Hey, she puts up with me all these years. I might as well.
You better treat her
right.
I
better treat her right.
This is true.
Yeah, she's a wonderful woman. I'm a lucky person.
Yes, you are. I've not met her, but she's got to be wonderful.
Yeah.
She's married to you.
He says, yeah.
So, what have you been doing up to this point?
I have been...
Because we weren't here last week either.
I have been in Illinois for the last 10 days, guiding Asian carp.
Wow.
And when I hit the river last week...
not the carp, it's
the hunts, yeah.
Okay.
But when I hit the river last week Saturday for a pre-run of the day, I got scared. It was the standard pool, so the standard level of the river is usually 12 foot, and it was at 23 foot, which was down from the day before at 25.
Wow.
Well, Asian carp will not jump in high waters. I had to go 30 miles north to find any jumping fish. And that was on Saturday.
I knew all this. How do you think I knew this?
Because I talked to you already?
Nope.
How?
Who was with you?
Scotty Cole? Oh, okay, you talked to Scotty? Yeah, Scotty came with to help me find some fish because I do not go on the river alone. I will not. chances of this guy getting knocked out are high, very high.
Well, it happened before.
Oh, yeah. And, knocked out's one thing, but out of the boat unconscious, that's when it all goes downhill.
Especially if you're the only guy in the boat to start with.
Right. So I don't go on the water there, so I called Scotty Cole up and said, hey, get on down here and help me out. And he was all excited, and we drove for 2 hours on the river, and my very best spots never had a fish jump.
Wow.
Not at all. So we went 30 miles north, and we found a fair amount of fish, a very good amount, enough to have fun. I was nervous. I had to call the charters and say the river's just too high. We can't do this. Found some fish, and by Wednesday... You
called and canceled?
No, I was going to, because I'm not going to have somebody come and spend their money.
Because you ended up finding the fish,
I found the fish, but I had to go north to find them, where lower waters were.
Well, that's better that you're closer to home.
Yep. And I ran 3 charters there, and by Wednesday, the area that I normally shoot was back down 2 foot above pool, and they were jumping. By Friday, it was out of control. They were everywhere. And I shot through Saturday, came home Saturday, and then I went to the Holland family reunion, which is my wife's family. This was their 6th year of the reunion, because the year that her and I got married was the first year of the reunion. They were all together, said we might as well have a reunion. And so I met them up there for the last night of the reunion. I got up there to Silver Lake pretty late, but we hung out Sunday and just had a blast. It's been a great week, and anybody interested, I'm still running the Asian carp trips. Give me a call. We'll run down for the day. It's hot and heavy and good and only getting better. Lots of big fish. And you know what I saw a ton of on the river that we missed, but we were trying? Garpike.
Oh, really?
Tons of them. It was high water, must have taken them out of the depths, and as soon as low water came back, or pool, they were right up on the shores like crazy.
Wow.
Yep.
The garpike, you can shoot those with the bow?
Yep.
Can we do that here?
Yeah, I'm pretty yeah, you can shoot them here.
When we go, like by the Kalamazoo and stuff, when they have those.
Or right here, right outside the station.
Or right here, right by the right by the Powderhorn.
Yep.
At 127 North River.
Yeah, the wind's blowing south today, so you won't smell it. Yeah, 127 North River. Come down to Powderhorn. I got all the supplies to get you set up for.
What number do they call if they want to get signed up for a carp hunt, an Asian carp hunt?
616-796-0755. Contact me at the store or
Wait a minute.
Al.
Are you sure that's the right number?
796-0755.
How often do you call yourself?
I'd call there quite a bit to check on the day. I'm a good business owner for not being there. No, but
796-0755.
And Al will get the message to me. Give me, if it's a day or so, don't be worried. I will contact you back. He can get you in touch with me, or I contact him daily to make sure everything's going good and for booked hunts. And you got to get out and give it a try, because it's something else. It's a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun to get out there and shoot them.
You bet.
That's you're in the swamps and in the grass and all that other stuff.
And I do a couple other charters around here too. I've got a small boat that I can take out for a little less. I do salmon charters. As the fish are getting ready to start running the pier heads, I run a smaller boat, a little better price out there. And then something else that's been pretty good for me this year is sheephead charters. Families that just want to go out and catch a lot of fish and have a whole lot of fun. We go out and catch sheephead, and we can get anywhere from, let's say 15 in 2 hours to 80.
Wow.
In 80 or 100 in 3-4 hours.
How many arrows you go through doing
No. We're fishing them. That's hook and line.
Sheephead.
That's not shooting them.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I got
Back to
distracted.
Asian carp. What kind of numbers do you take on Asian carp?
Well, it varies. This year we had a tough time hitting them. You're shooting probably somewhere between 300 and 1,000 times a day per person. Honestly, most people will hit somewhere between 1 and 5 in a day, because they are going through the air and they're in and out.
Yeah.
And a lot of people get overwhelmed with the number of fish in the air. Sometimes you'll hit schools of 300, 400, 500. Sometimes you'll have 1 or 2. The high waters coming back, we had a lot of 1s and 2s jumping, and then we started getting 10s, and then there was a couple times we had 100s. But it's only improving every day, because that water, I wouldn't be surprised if that water's below pool now, and that's when it gets out of control. So, but we take in a lot of fish in the boat, and so you're taking a lot of fish. Having a lot of fun and a lot of laughs.
So what do we do with all those carp?
Some farm, you know what? I had people take them to give them a try to eat. They were researching online, and there is so many recipes, and they claim that it's
For the Asian
excellent
carp.
fish. Yep, these Asian fish. So ones that jumped in the boat that weren't all shot up, they threw them in a cooler with some ice and are going to flay them up and give them a try. And I said, hey, make sure you let me know, because if this is good edible fish, which most reviews online are saying it's very edible, very good fish, yeah, you can bring them home and eat them.
Seems like I read about a restaurant in Chicago that was kind of his specialty.
$65 a plate.
No way.
$65 a plate, and it's their top eating fish.
Well, and it's not a carp like the carp
It
we
isn't.
talk around here, the
Yeah.
mud carp here.
Yep. And in
They're
fact,
a little different.
yep, they have scales, but by all means necessary. Like our carp have these great big round scales. These are more or less like a skin. It's more of a salmon, but even more of a skin feel. Yeah. But everybody I've talked to says that they're good eating. Me, I haven't tried it. I'm a little nervous about that. But, hey, if somebody says they're good, I was going to bring some home for Tom. But
Tom
then,
tries anything.
Yep. Well, Tom, I remember you and I talked, and we said, hey, let's give him a try. And I forgot to bring my big cooler, my fish cooler, to bring him back. I don't want an Asian carp sitting in a cooler
No, I
that's
wouldn't
half
want
the
one
size.
that's been getting warm and all that other stuff.
Well,
You got those that get warm, or you have the carp hunts around here with the mud carps and stuff. They actually work great for fertilizer.
yep. Well, and that's what a lot of it is. Farmers get them. Yeah. Yep.
So, and speaking of fertilizer, I hope you didn't put a bunch on your grass,
No.
because right now it's nice and dry, and the grass isn't growing, so you don't have to cut so much. But
Now's the time to maintain it. Your equipment.
exactly, when it starts raining and the grass starts growing, and you need to
Which
cut
it
that
will.
grass,
Yeah.
we know it will. You need to contact Westenbrook Mower, which happens to be one of our sponsors, because Westenbrook Mower, they service what they sell. All units are ready to use when they leave the store. And Westenbrook submits your warranty information so you don't have to. Stop into the Holland or the Jenison store, check them out on your computer at westenbrookmower.com, or call them at 616-396-5733. Lines are not open. Well, they probably are, but we're not going to answer it because we're pre-recorded today. We'll be back here shortly on the Outdoor Show. Welcome back to the Outdoor Show, brought to you by Michigan Firearms, your personal protection and concealed carry specialists, and Earth Solutions at 616-566-0390. Call Earth Solutions for extreme brush hog service, to stump grinding, to grading and driveway excavation with crushed concrete or asphalt. Even give them a call if you need to get some lanes cleared for your hunting seasons. Give my buddy Matt a call, 616-566-0390. You'll get a square deal from Matt. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We're back, ready to talk with you, but we can't take any calls because we're pre-recorded. Tim will take the calls. Just call Tim.
Give us a call. Call down to the store. Let's talk to Al.
Call on the store and talk to Al while the show's going on.
You got it.
Anyway, well, we found a few details about the carp hunting and all that other stuff.
Yep.
But we do have Terry in the studio, and we really want to talk about what's going on for you today.
Sure.
Because you're not here either.
No.
We're all really not here.
Right.
And you know what? If I was here, I would be with you today, too.
Would you?
Oh, man.
I would too,
That
because
was
I had a lot of
neat
fun.
last year. That was awesome. And we'd be live.
Well, and Terry bought the pigs.
That's right.
Oh,
Picking the blankets
so
from
it was
the-
your year this year. That's why we're not here. He's skipping out. He does that.
Devious plan.
Yeah.
I don't think that's exactly how it works, but
All right.
I do love sausage.
Yeah.
Gee.
And it was chilly, cold.
It was.
last
You remember
year.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was.
Well,
And I remember looking at that grain tower across the road thinking we could set up for deer on top of that thing and cover the county.
That's right.
You bet. You bet. So what you got going on there today?
Well, this would be Saturday, August 15, and today we have a food plot field day. And what we've done is we did this last year, and this year again, we've taken 10 by 10 squares in one of the open fields right behind our facility there, and we've put in, I think we're in the 30 to 40 range of different seeds.
So even a few more than last year.
Yeah, I think so.
I think there was 32 last year.
Yep.
I don't remember the count. I just remember what is really cool about being able to go there to the food plot field day is that you always wonder when you're going to put the seed in, what's the picture on the bag shows you something.
With a huge buck on it.
Well, and you know darn well they got the best of the best picture.
Yeah.
I like to see what actually happens with that seed in the type of soil that we're in here in Michigan. Because where did they plant that?
And
what soil was it?
Muck fields, the best fields in the world.
Sure. I had a guy come in today, and he's holding this long 12, 13, 14-inch weed, and he's going, is this a food plot or is this a weed?
And your response was, get that out of here?
Yeah. He had just bought the land, and he says, I know the guy has put food plots in, but I don't know what this is. And so, yep, that is a weed, and treat it with Roundup, and then you can replant if you need to.
Sir, that's poison ivy.
Yeah.
But you know what? I think we should cover something, too, with this. And I know we hit on it last year. This seminar isn't just for deer hunters. This is somebody that wants to put a food plot in their backyard for viewing animals, correct?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We've talked about that before.
Yeah, because you got a 10 by 10 plot.
Yep.
Why can't somebody put a 10 by 10 plot in the backyard?
Absolutely. You will see animals come to that.
Right.
Well, yeah, of course. You put that 10 by 10 plot in the backyard. Then you go run down to Biggby. They got 2 locations here in Holland, you know.
Yeah.
You pick up your Uncle Tom's favorite. You go back and you sit there. You got to go before the sun rises and get your Biggby.
Right.
So you can sit there when the sun rises over your little food plot, and you can see the animals go in and out.
Yeah. No, I agree.
That's right. And it's not just for deer. I think we've talked about that before too, because the majority of guys that come in are deer hunters, but you can do food plots for turkeys. You can really do them for ducks, depending on what you put in. So there are a variety of things that you can.
Are we allowed to put a food plot for ducks as a hunter?
Well,
I don't see why you couldn't plant a field.
If you've got.
I mean, if you spread corn out, you might go to jail.
I guess it's all about your definition. I mean, I've seen food plots for geese, but they're like 180 acres.
Yeah, big fields where they come in to eat. Yeah,
I guess I was thinking if you have a pond on your land and you
plant around
it,
it,
millet, and you can do some of those things.
Yeah, you don't have to do a square 10 by 10.
Yeah,
right.
Because the way I look at it is if you did some stuff with some wildflower mix. And you had along the edge of your pond, instead of trying to mow right down to the edge, you get a great, a green space barrier like we do for fields going to waterways, but you got that barrier along there, like you just said, the barrier, and that's a great place because then the ducks will come in, they can get to the shore. I know I see a lot of ponds where the ducks congregate to certain areas, and it's because there's something they want to eat.
Right.
So I think that would be ideal. Yeah.
Where they've got some longer, higher weeds, grasses, whatever it may be, that they'll be in that corner.
Makes sense.
And you can get that by going to the Farmers Co-op.
Absolutely.
And seeing Terry Barman.
That's the only place to go.
Well, yeah. But make sure you take a little test of your soil.
That's important. Yes. Take a Tupperware cup or a butter dish full of various areas in your plot that you want to do. And just below the root zone, gather it up, and we need about a cup. We'll mix it all up so you can mix it ahead of time.
What Terry would really like is you to take like a bucket tractor, like a 2-yarder, and dump it right in front of his office.
Just bring it right in.
Figure out what you need. There it is, bud.
I feel bad for these guys who bring in a whole bucket of dirt and they set it on the counter and you scoop out a
thimble.
A thimble, yeah. A thimble, and you put it in a thing and they're kind of looking at you.
Yeah, take that away. I don't want to dispose of it.
Sorry. That's all I needed was that amount.
So really, you don't need much at all.
No.
Just a little cupful or, like you said, a little Tupperware.
We usually suggest about 5 areas so that you get because you're going to treat it all the same.
Yep.
Unless it's a very small plot, but usually you're going to treat it all the same. So very small amount. That's why we say a butter dish, and mix it together, and we'll give you a reading on your pH.
Now, when you said that
Now, let's keep in mind that the co-op is a sponsor to the show.
Yes.
And they've got a lot of other things just besides the food plot over there at the store at 3302 Prospect Street. Over in Hudsonville. But keep in mind, Farmers Co-op Elevator in Hudsonville is your food plot headquarters. They have over 40 different seed varieties to choose from. They provide in-house soil testing, just like we're talking about, as well as they have fertilizers, lime, and equipment to plant, maintain, and get maximum performance out of your food plot. Visit the Farmers Co-op at 3302 Prospect Street in Hudsonville. For a complete list of products and services, check them out online at fcelevator.com. Again, we're pre-recorded, but we'll be back here shortly on the Outdoor Show. Welcome back to the Outdoor Show, brought to you by Powderhorn Guns and Archery. For all your arrow knocking, gun cocking, fish hooking, flag waving, stand up and sing God Bless America hunting and fishing needs. Lines are open. Give us a call, 395-1450. Or not, because we're pre-recorded this morning. But we are back and ready to answer your questions, which we don't know what they are. Right? Are you going to sit there and look at me funny, or are you going to talk to me?
Well, I'm thinking, I don't know when to come in to whistle. So I'm a little nervous here. I don't know what to do.
Do you remember the tune without it playing?
Oh, sure.
Well, let's hear it.
I will not. I will not mess that up. Something that important.
You're just sitting here waiting for the music to stop playing.
Yeah.
But it never started.
But it will on Saturday.
Will it?
It better, Caitlin.
Tune in Saturday morning to find out.
And if not, start calling the station. If that's not rolling right now, call that station.
Anyhow, we are here with Terry Borman from the Farmers Co-op.
Yep.
And I got to put the plug in. You know, I told you about Earth Solutions. We've been telling you about Earth Solutions. If you need to prep a site for putting in a food plot and you need to get some extreme brush hogging done, Matt's got the equipment. Earth Solutions, 566-0390. Give him a call. He'll get it prepped. You get on over there to the co-op today, or the agronomy station right behind the Friesland Country Store. Get on over there and check out the equipment that they have for you to use your quad, your... What are them buggies called? What do they call them buggies? UTVs?
Yep. And that, why you said that, that's something too, is you can see what you can rent from you. You'll have that there again, right?
Correct.
Yeah, so you can see the disc and the harrow drag and all that. Cedar too, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's all there for you to see what you use. And you use that on those plots?
We did.
Yeah.
Yep.
I really think you should have a quad that you can rent too.
Yeah, I'll suggest that.
I have one.
It might not be a good suggestion, because a guy like, guys
I'll
like,
rent it to Terry.
let's do a UTV.
Yes.
Because then Tim and I can both ride in it when we rent it.
You can see where this is going.
Yeah. I will take the extra insurance.
But you've got the equipment sitting there. You can check out the equipment so that you can figure out, what you want to do. But like I said, you want to get the brush cleared out first,
right?
And then get in there and tear up the ground so you can plant that seed.
Might want to do some Roundup first.
Spray that weed.
Round up on any of the weeds and stuff and get them so they don't overtake the seed.
Well,
right?
let's talk about Roundup real quick. How long do you got to leave that on the ground before you can till up the ground?
Well, it's kind of funny. We were just having that discussion today, and we always.
But today is not really today because we're recorded and it's set.
Tuesday. We were discussing that. We normally recommend 7 to 10 days. That way,
so you don't necessarily have to see the plant die, or will you see that within 7 to 10 days?
You would see that in 7 to 10 days. Yes.
Okay.
Now, one of our lawn persons said, "Oh, you don't need that long. You could do 3 to 4 days because by that time it's into the roots."
So it's going to anyway.
Was that my buddy Jim?
No.
Oh.
No. This was Adam.
We should ask Jim.
We could ask Jim.
He knows a lot.
He does.
Not just walleye fishing.
Not just walleye fishing. He knows a few other things too. Yeah. So he's saying 3 to 4 days. So I guess.
So it doesn't have to be weeks and weeks and weeks.
No. 7 to 10 days, because
if you go too long, won't it start to grow again?
And then they'll go back to do their plot the week
the following
later.
Saturday.
Now we're saying, you know what? If you get up there on a Thursday, by Saturday, or if you go on a Wednesday, by Saturday, you could be doing your plot. So that was news to me, but 7 to 10 is going to definitely you're going to come back to a brown field.
Well, the Roundup works by being on the leaves,
right?
And it works really with the photosynthesis stuff, right?
Goes into the leaf, into the roots,
and kills it.
So when spraying it, you don't necessarily have to have it low on the root. You can just touch it.
It should be on the leaf.
Okay. Got to get it on the leaf.
That's how it comes get into the root of the plant.
So what I'm thinking is you wait too long, and it could regerminate, and more weeds could grow, right?
Well, no, because there's quite an expanded time from when you put the Roundup on and things die to when it's going to come back.
So you could wait a month.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So you round up the weeds. Mm-hmm. Would that be good to do after the extreme brush hogging?
Actually, you should do it. Well, you can do it after the brush hogging, but you need to wait a few days for recovery of the weed or the stalk or the plant.
So we brush hog on Saturday. We go back on Wednesday. We spray Roundup.
Yep.
And by Saturday, we could be tilling.
Could go back in there. Yep. What would be better is put the Roundup on the Wednesday before, brush hog on the Saturday, and be ready to plant the next week.
So did I just do this wrong? Because today, which is Tuesday, I actually just got the tractor out and the brush mower, and my field was real tall, maybe 4 foot of grasses. I brush mowed it, and I'm planning on spraying it tomorrow. Now, it's not brush mowed down to the ground.
Right.
I figured with that lower, it would get a better cover. Is that not necessarily correct? Or should I wait a week or so?
Oh, I wouldn't say you'd have to wait a week. You just got to give it a few days of recovery time. It's kind of that shock of getting their heads cut off. And so it kind of, just kind of holds tight.
Yeah, you had to see him do it when he skunk right through the neck.
He looked right at you. So my idea behind it of needing that to be lower for a better spray, necessarily, could I have just run through there?
You could have.
Even though I got one of them little Tractor Supply pull behind 15-gallon ones?
Yep.
I figured it was going to lay all the stuff over and I wouldn't get a good cover, so I was wrong.
But it still gets on the leaf.
Oh, no, and I agree. And I always thought you wanted something short. That's why I've always sprayed.
Yeah, but I mean, even if you're knocking it over with your tractor and your sprayer behind it in the wagon, you're still getting on the leaf because it wants to stand back up. Mm-hmm. Right. Now, what's the best time of day to spray the Roundup? Because I've been told a couple different things, but I've always had the best luck doing it first thing in the morning.
See, and I've always been told, and you would know this, the dew on the leaf, you don't want a wetness on it when you do it.
I would think you wouldn't want that wetness on the leaf. You would want a dry leaf so that you're not diluting your Roundup.
I want to go on record so everybody knows that Tim was right, Tom was wrong.
Well, it's not about being right or wrong.
No,
Tim.
this time it is.
No, it's always that way with you, but you keep losing, so it doesn't really matter.
Now I got one.
But now I want you to think about this. Maybe there's dew on the leaf. Why don't you mix the Roundup a little hot so it doesn't dilute too much?
Costs money.
Or
no, it doesn't.
Or put a surfactant with it, which is sticky to attach to the leaf.
You said a big word, Terry.
What's a surfactant?
It's a liquid that you mix with anything. If you're going to treat your lawn for weeds or with a Roundup, you put a surfactant in it. It just makes it stickier to stick to the leaf. Now, most of your Roundup, and actually that's, there's generic Roundup as well. It's a glyphosate is what it is. A lot of even the generics have a surfactant in there.
Did you see his eyes glass over?
Oh, no, I know all about this because I just bought, It's good. And of course,
what were the 2 words he used?
Glyphosate and I'll think of the next surfactant.
Whisper a little bit louder so everybody knows that you're telling them.
That was all me. But now, and of course we're going to all buy it from you.
At 3302 Prospect Street in Hudsonville.
Yes. We keep saying Roundup. Right. Is that like if I or somebody came in, because we have a lot of people that listen that are going to do this, they come in and say, I need a Roundup. Is it a Roundup that we should look for? Is it a generic? I heard you say something about generic. What do we want? Is there a
weed killer?
Well, yes. My understanding is that sometime back, the company that does Roundup lost the patent on it, or the patent ran out on it. So that opened it up that anybody producing glyphosate can do a Roundup type material.
Now, can they call it Roundup? Because Roundup doesn't lose their name. They just lost the
that's
patent
a brand name
on the way they mixed it.
Right now we have Glyph 4, we've had Strikeout, we've had...
Which are generics?
Which are generics. And most of them are at a 41 to 42% glyphosate.
Isn't Roundup like 50 or 51?
You can buy Roundup at a 53%, but if you look at the standard issue Roundup, it's still at the 41 or 42.
Okay.
So the maximum of the glyphosate is 53%, determined by our illustrious federal government or somebody?
I don't know who determined what on that.
Probably the EPA.
I would almost think that when they lost their patent on it, they wanted to come back with something, and so what do? You
Make it a little stronger.
Hotter, make it a little stronger, and then come back and you've got the bigger, better product. But your 41, 42% glyphosate is going to do the job. And then by adding a surfactant, it just makes it stickier so you don't waste anything.
Yeah, if you want to go out at the wee hours of the morning with Tom. Yeah. Is there any truth in the rumor of the hottest part of the day, lay it down? Or did I just make that up?
It sounded like you just made it up.
Could be.
You might have.
Because I always try to spray in the middle of the day. But now you also compete with the wind.
Right.
In that middle of the day. And that's not good to spray in wind?
Yeah, you want to be careful with that because if you're spraying by your neighbor's flower garden and you're trying to get rid of weeds and you look up because once it touches that leaf...
Sorry, neighbor.
Yeah, your neighbor's flower garden could be...
Hopefully we're not killing the weeds that close to the neighbor's flowers.
Well, we hope not.
Hey, well, that's where the deer are eating, so you got to put your food plot next to the neighbor's farm.
But if you do treat your flower garden, vegetable gardens, whatever, with a glyphosate, and you get it on the leaf, it will kill that plant. So what a lot of folks will do is take a small funnel and put it on the end of their spray nozzle so that you have a direct pattern, a much smaller pattern. And you can go closer to the ground underneath those plants, and you won't touch the
because
plants.
it doesn't touch the leaf, it doesn't affect the plant.
Right.
So, like, just an example, underneath my blue spruce, I got weeds that are starting to grow under there. I want to get rid of them before I put fresh bark in the beginning of the year. As long as I hit just those plants and not the blue spruce, the needles and stuff and the branches, it doesn't affect that tree being on that ground. It just kills those.
It's not a systemic. Systemic means it's coming in through the roots. This comes in through the plant.
He's like a scientist when he talks.
I'll tell you what. Yeah. Now, here's another question I get quite a bit. When using Roundup, should you be wearing rubber gloves? Should you make sure it does not touch your skin? Is it harmful to us or to animals immediately?
I'd make sure I had at least my glasses on.
It's a chemical. So some of it depends on how scared of chemicals you are. If you're doing it in the wind, you certainly got to be more careful. But I would suggest for sure something by your eyes when you're mixing it. Gloves, I think, are always important when you're dealing with chemicals because most chemicals absorb through.
You can absorb through your skin if you have an open cut or a hangnail. Even that's how things get in.
And as silly as it sounds, grab a couple of old bread bags and put them over your hands.
Yeah, just for.
I used to do that in my boots when I was a kid.
Exactly. And it worked.
That's because I couldn't stay out of the water puddles.
But so you got some kind of a protection.
Speaking of the water, the Outdoor Show is brought to you by Advantage Marine in Zeeland with competitive prices and personalized service to meet all your needs. Repair, storage, winterizing, parts, and more. Call Advantage Marine in Zeeland at 616-748-9235 or stop in and see Dave at 8755 Riley Street in Zeeland. That's at the corner of 88th and Riley on the northeast side of Zeeland. Lines are not open because we are recorded today, but we will be back here shortly on the Outdoor Show. Welcome back to the Outdoor Show, brought to you by My Firearms ETS, educating people in the safe and responsible use of firearms since 2001. And My Firearms ETS offers education, training, and supply, the best you can find anywhere. Classes are offered regularly. Class sizes are limited. Register early to reserve your spot, 616-218-7328, or find us on your computer at mifirearmsets.com. We're back, ready to talk with you, but we can't take your calls because we're pre-recorded. And this is our last segment. So, what do we want to talk about? Food plots.
I'd say.
Well, I'm just thinking, people, don't forget. Stop on by Biggby. Get your Uncle Tom's favorite. Comes in large only if somebody would for some reason say, do you want a large? No, you got to get a large because that's how it mixes the best. And that gives you 24 ounces of coffee. Yeah, baby. And then they're going to go head on down and see Terry. To head on over. Now, I know I'm taking the coffee money out of the country store's pocket, but, we got to have that
They
Biggby.
do have good coffee, quite a variety of them.
They do, actually. And they got flavor syrups and stuff like that, but you can't beat the Biggby.
Nope.
You got to go through the drive-thru at Biggby, pick up your 24-ounce coffee.
Where's my hot chocolate?
We don't care about your hot
Terry's
chocolate.
coffee or hot chocolate?
We don't care about your hot
Appreciate
chocolate.
it.
Remember, we're recording this in the afternoon and it's warm.
Hey, you're drinking it. You don't think that we want
I drink coffee every day, all day.
So,
you don't drink hot cocoa every day, all day.
I don't?
Do you really want to go through this on the radio, argue like this?
We'll argue later. We got to get Terry in here. Unless you want to join my side, then we're good.
I'm in the middle right now. So.
If you don't want to get your Biggby coffee, because we talked about last year about it being cool, it's going to be cool again Saturday morning.
Yeah.
It's going to be a little more humid, they say. Mm-hmm. We don't know. It's Tuesday, but we're recording this, so we don't know for sure because.
And Tom won't know either that morning. He'll be
he'll be sleeping.
I want to be a weatherman. It's the only job you can get where you're 50% right and 50% wrong and still get paid 6 digits.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Good thing we're not live. You can start getting calls on that. Right?
From the weatherman? Anyhow, get your Biggby coffee. Head on out to Riesland at 64th and Myron Road. Head south on 64th, not even a city block.
No.
Turn in by the agronomy station there. Pull up by the barn. Find a place to park, because I know parking got a little hairy-carry there in the morning last year.
Yeah.
Just because everybody wanted to be there.
That's right.
This is for somebody interested in food plots. There's nothing better.
We got some door prizes to give away. So.
Somebody doesn't even have to be interested in food plots to check it out.
Well, this have is how they can, because you have a lot of your deer attractants and whatnot there, and calls and all that.
And see, that's what I'm thinking.
Yep.
One, you might get interested in food plots even if you're not doing it now. Two, check out the food plots, because the food plots give you a visual of what the deer want to eat. Mm-hmm. And you can find this stuff sometimes on public ground. If you only have public ground to hunt, go over there and take advantage of Terry and check out all his hard work on those 49 food plots, or however many they are.
Yeah. Well,
how many were there?
It's over 40. I don't know. Just
Joe
Timmer is also. He was there last year. We talked to him already.
He was on the air.
A tremendous amount of work on it as well.
Yeah, we had Joe on the air. Go over and take advantage of Joe's work, so you know what to look for if you have to hunt public ground. Sure. But then check out all the different stuff you have available in the barn there. You got the table set up and so on. Yep. And
you can see the equipment that they use, and you may rent that.
Right.
Yeah.
That's huge.
I mean,
for rent. Correct.
What better thing to do on a Saturday morning from 9 to noon?
Right.
Yep. Who wants to go to work from 9 to noon?
Not this guy.
Terry wants to go to work. He's working. I'm going to be fishing.
Yep.
I hope to be done fishing by 9, but I won't be able to make it back here for the thing. Right.
We'll have our display of muck boots.
The muck boots are there.
And those are some boots. Those are good.
I love my muck boots. Yeah. I got the Arctic muck boots when we were up north. Now I can't remember how many degrees below.
Wait, what did you just say?
Arctic up north. I caught that up north.
Wow.
Yeah. We were snowmobiling up north.
Right.
We heard this story before.
Yeah, I'm just pointing that out.
Why does it have to be wow now? You weren't wowed the last time. Now you got to be wowed.
That's fine. I mean,
you just like to rag on me all the time.
Yeah, Hudsonville, elevator sells them all the time, but that's fine. Up north, I was up north when I got these.
So you got the Arctic.
Now I got to come buy 2 pairs from you.
Pro at -40 or -60 degrees.
Is that what it is?
Yep.
And are those the ones that are still rubber?
Yes.
Yeah. So they're
and the upper part is like a neoprene.
It's a neoprene. Yeah.
That's a warm.
What I was going to say is, even though I was up north, you can go right to the Hudsonville, the Farmers Co-op in Hudsonville, and get your Arctic muck boots or muck boots, because my buddy, he buys all his muck boots there. All his boys are outfitted with them.
Yep.
And those muck boots, I'm impressed with the durability, and I don't get cold feet very quick. So when I put those things on, even though we were running, I think it was 8 degrees, and I think there was a 40-mile-an-hour wind, and I put them things on, my toes were toasty warm, because, I just don't get cold feet, but it was definitely warm for me.
They're good. Good boot.
And I use them deer hunting. And
but you don't have to have the Arctics.
No.
You can go with just a regular.
They make a whole line of them.
Oh, yeah.
And especially lightweight for your early season, for your turkey seasons, or the bear season. Yep. Like I'll be gone in 10 days bear hunting. But one thing that I liked about them, you said durability. I've gone through all the lacrosses and whatnot. They're good boots, but climbing trees with rubber boots, I always get holes in the side of them from climbing trees. Never have with my muck boots.
You're supposed to either use a ladder stand, or you're supposed to put steps on, not just hug the tree and shimmy up.
I'm that good. No, you know what? Everything but ladder stands. I've had issues with tree pegs or climbing the ladder sticks.
It wears on the bottom. Is there a steel shank in those?
I don't think so.
I don't think so, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
I finally put a hole in mine after 6 or 7, I think it was 7 years. I stepped on a cornstalk wrong.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, them
Caught
corn
one
straps,
right up the
yeah.
side of it.
Went into the neoprene. Didn't
Oh,
the rubber
golly.
went into the neoprene. So it's like, oh,
That's a
shoot.
bugger. Do they make hip boots?
They do. We don't carry them, but they do.
You can order them? Say yes.
Yeah. Yes.
So yes. We'll just end this.
Well, because I've been through many, many pairs of hip boots back when I was trapping and stuff.
Sure.
And I found a really good pair that I had somebody else who actually mentored me in trapping. He picked them up at the trapping convention.
Okay.
But I'm thinking the way those muck boots are built, if I had a pair of hip boots made by Muck, or is it Muck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Muck.
I think those things would be durable as could be and comfortable too.
Yes.
'Cause-
And you know what? They've come out with a line for the ladies too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just
pink
bought a
and
pair for my
purple
wife.
And
Pink and purple?
Yep. And a little bit. There's some other ones too.
The pink camouflage?
No, it's bright pink.
Just bright pink, just solid bright pink.
Yep. The bottom part is black, then the upper part is
Okay.
pink.
Well, look at that.
Work for you too, Tom.
Yeah, but Tim, it's your 6th anniversary coming up. What an anniversary gift.
Already got them.
She's not going to be listening. You can say it.
Well, we will be listening Saturday morning.
And how are you going to do that?
Online?
WHTC.com. Listen live from 7 to 8 a.m.
There you go.
Or check out the podcasts.
You bet.
Under Media, Podcasts, scroll down to the Outdoor Show. We're all the way down toward the bottom because we're the Outdoor Show, you know, the WHTC or the O for outdoor. We're way at the end alphabetically. It's just not fair. I think
Be
sometimes,
on the home screen.
well, I think sometimes they should start at the end of the alphabet and then go down.
Yeah.
And we should be the homepage. I agree. We'll have to talk to Dan about that.
Oh, yeah.
Get right on it, right?
You bet.
So, Terry, with a minute and a half to go, anything else?
Nope. Just look forward to seeing you guys. Well, not you guys, but the other folks down there, and just
We
come
could
down
always
and-
meet
Did you
there.
see the smile on his face? When
Yeah, I did. I did.
No.
No, but make sure you get down there.
I can meet you
Or
there for
come down to the
pigs.
store. You know what? I also, in addition to the bigger plots, I do about a 10-inch flower pot, and I do a lot of little samples that I have by the store. And so somebody is like, well, what does that look like when it comes up? So we have little pots that you can look at to see what it looks like. Mm-hmm. But if you want to see a bigger plots and enjoy some coffee and
Yeah.
So, Seisenbrötchen.
there you go.
You're still trying to figure out how to say that. You don't have pancakes there, or pannekuchen.
Pancakes.
You don't
Yes,
have.
we will.
You don't have
Saturday morning we
pannekuchen.
will.
You'll have pannekuchen.
Saturday morning we will.
Ooh.
He's going to pull that fishing rig right over there after he's done fishing. Head right over
He'll
there.
be there Friday night waiting.
There's a little crick there.
You know, next week you got to listen because we're going to be talking next week about the new Ruger Precision Rifle with Bob Coles.
That's quite a gun.
Checked it out a little bit, didn't you?
Did.
Yeah.
I just bought one, so you couldn't.
What?
No, I'm kidding.
You better not have. Customer request, and the guy goes and sneaks it out from under you.
They had one left. I said, who would be better, Tom or Tim? And I'm like, well, he can't shoot rifles anyway, so.
Whoa.
I just got to eat.
Whoa. What does he know?
Yeah, I'll tell you about that.
Anyhow, we'll talk to you next week right here on the Outdoor Show.